All right, hello, welcome back to the Binge Bois podcast. This week we're here to talk to you about the woman across the street from the girl in the window, or at least that's the closest I'm going to get to the actual title. But before we get into that, we must introduce ourselves as always. With you today, my name is immunocompromised Enrique.
My name is immunocompromised Eli.
And my name is healthy as can be Tristan.
So if you're here and you're listening on audio only, I have to apologize because me and Eli are both sick.
Yes.
We got sick from our adventures in the streets. And we're feeling good, so don't worry about our health. I know everyone cares about that. But I'm nasally a little bit, and I do cough, and Eli does too.
I sound like a 70-year-old smoker, so.
So that's why we sound like bruvs that chew tobacco and don't have teeth.
Hey, but you know what? We don't take any weeks off.
No weeks off, unless we pre-record like we did for the last 3.
No, we don't.
No, we don't do that at all.
We don't ever pre-record. So.
Yeah, we were pre-recorded so hard that we didn't even announce the winner of March Madness because we didn't even fucking know.
Yeah, it's the first week.
Yeah, I said Hakuna Matata, and then fucking Brother Bear clutches up.
Yep.
Against Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, so if you care about your audio and your ears, I will try to edit this as best of my abilities to not have sniffles and coughs. But don't worry, you don't want to hear this anyways because the show sucked ass.
Yeah, that's definitely about as good of a statement as you're gonna make there.
I thought wrong.
Tristan put this on the list.
This is why I don't think.
We've learned time and time again that Tristan just goes on Netflix's most viewed page.
Yes.
And grabs whatever's at the time popping.
No, that's not even true this time.
And sure it is. And so, obviously, Netflix highly viewed content ranges in quality.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
Sometimes you get a dark. Sometimes
that wasn't even like
you get a this.
Was that even a highly viewed one?
No, it wasn't.
It was recommended though. It's on like the front page.
That was a cut.
Yeah, that's because it's an original, but
I mean it's fire though.
It's the best.
Oh, I agree. I feel like people aren't very good with watching good content on Netflix.
That's the
absolute
truth.
People just found out Korea makes really bomb entertainment.
Yeah.
And it was Squid Game. So, start this off with saying, yes, I realized episode 1 that this series is a parody of murder mysteries and romance novels. Now, I want you to understand, parody does not qualify something just to be great.
No, not at all. Especially when it's not funny.
And I also want to state that they did not realize that Eli and Tristan, they took it for face value, which is okay. And that they still hated it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It didn't make it any better.
And I realized it was a parody. It still hated it. So don't worry about that. Let me explain to you why I hated it. This show
wasn't good.
Has a bunch of great mystery elements. Now, you guys, Eli and Tristan, maybe looking at me and go, what the fuck are you talking about, Enrique?
I don't disagree with you.
It did. It definitely did.
There was some stuff that was pointing towards certain people as being the killer.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, yeah, I think this is this guy. Which I thought it was Buell.
I did too.
Right?
Yeah. Yep, me too.
I thought it was Buell for a different reason, though. Because I thought he was the Magic Mike killer, or whatever that dude's name was.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
That dude in the jail.
Yes. Who fucking...
Killed her daughter.
I don't know how you guys didn't realize this was a parody. When the murderer was in there with her on Take Her Child to Work Day, left in the room alone with the serial killer, and he killed her and ate her before they could stop him.
Bro, that just shows how fucking stupid content is these days. Is if I can't realize that that's a parody, it's because I'm watching too much dumb shit anyway. So,
that's true.
I will say this though, Kirsten or Kristen?
Kristen Bell.
How do you say her name?
What? Kristen Bell? Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell.
Mm-hmm.
She did the best with what she had.
She's a good actress.
I agree. She did a good job.
And I think it's not her fault for signing up for this, because on paper, if you explain this to someone, it sounds cool.
Well, okay, that's why this ended up on the list, is because I watched the preview and I looked into it, and they made it look interesting because they picked all the right parts, and I was like, sweet, dude. No.
Because they're like,
that's
if someone comes up to you like, hey, we're making a parody of like murder mystery films and books and romance novels, do you want to be a part of it? Because they're just gonna make fun of the whole genre and all their tropes. And she was like, oh yeah, that sounds awesome. And then they did what they did with it.
Yep.
Which was stupid. Because the only reason I knew, sure, spoilers. If you haven't seen the show, you don't want to anyways, so just listen. I knew the little girl was probably in on it just based on the title of the show. That's the only reason I guessed by the end of it.
That's fair.
I was like, I was at episode 7 like midway through 7. I was like, they keep talking about this. Like the title says the woman across the street from the girl in the window.
Yeah.
But they haven't shown the girl at all.
Well, I kind of thought the girl was, what's her face?
His like girlfriend or whatever.
Because that's who they showed in the window, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then she got murdered in the window, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
That's how I took it as well, Tristan.
But I don't know. Like I feel like they wouldn't use the context of the woman and then the girl like that.
I mean, she's a lot. Oh, okay. I guess she's not a lot younger, but I mean, she looked, mid-20s maybe. I don't know. That's how my brain took it as well, but I don't know. That's my main complaint actually is I know it's a parody, blah blah blah. Like I said, I was taking this at face value, and there were just no hints to the actual killer. No. And that's my biggest complaint is like, you can have the killer be whoever the fuck you want it to be. I don't care. But the thing is, there was no fucking like any kind of clue
there has
whatsoever.
To be one thing at least.
Yeah,
Even
and there
if
was
you don't
absolutely
realize it
zero
until the end when they explain it. There has to be something.
And there was nothing besides the title, which can be interpreted different ways. But anyway, that's kind of my complaint of the whole thing.
Yeah,
if they were to do this again, or if they'd done it right the first time, I would have loved it more if all the evidence pointed to one person on purpose.
Yeah.
And all the characters knew the evidence, and they were like, nah, it's not Jimmy. And then at the end, it was just Jimmy. Like, that would have been hilarious.
That would have been funny, yeah. I would have been down with that.
But they were going for awkward comedy in this. Like, a lot of awkward comedy.
Yeah.
And then dark comedy. Yeah. Which, I think the dark comedy was fine. I'm not an awkward comedy kind of guy.
Neither am I, man. It's not my style, but...
The whole first episode with the awkward comedy was, like, ingratiating to my brain. Like, I just couldn't do it. Like, the whole, like, flowers bit and everything like that, I was like, oh, this is so cringe.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to be there.
Speaking of cringe,
I don't know.
Almost all of their twists, I guess, not good.
What do you mean by that?
They did not execute it very well,
like,
I agree.
The therapist was her husband the whole time. What the heck was that?
I just didn't care.
I didn't either.
They didn't, like...
They just kind of glossed over it.
It was so, like, you gotta do that better, man.
Shout out to my black brother, though, for holding it down, P.O.P.
He was good, and Beal was solid.
You know who that is, right? Are you guys familiar with that actor that plays the black dude?
I feel like I've seen him before, but I don't know.
Yeah.
He's in everything.
Very
I also
familiar.
call him the BET actor. Because if you've ever seen a BET movie, he's in all of them.
Okay.
I've not.
And I'm colored, so don't worry, guys. I can say that. But he's in every BET original movie ever. His name's like Michael Ealy. You guys will probably recognize him if he has his beard. I think that's his name. You'd recognize him if he had his beard. But he didn't have his beard, so it took me a while to like. In my head, I was like, "That looks like the dude who's in all the BET movies." And then I was like, looked it up, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh my gosh!
It is the dude who's in all the BET movies.
No, oh no way!
Because he always plays the hot, attractive black love interest.
Hey, he does a good job. Obviously,
he finally because he's always looked young, but they actually made him look older because he went bald and everything.
Shaved. He just shaved his beard, bro. So. Yeah. Didn't care about the love plots at all. They weren't funny. I will give them one good bit, which is when she was daydreaming of herself getting fucked by the neighbor who's a bruv.
See, I won't even give it that, man.
Same. Didn't care.
But they lost their points by introducing Rex.
What do you mean they lost their points?
God.
That was the best character in the show.
Wait.
Come on,
Not
bro.
listening. I didn't explain my opinion yet. The Rex sex scene
Fuck, come on,
was
man.
way too fucking long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way
Yeah.
too fucking unnecessary.
Gross, dude.
And by avoiding saying something cringe, I just won't say it, but it wasn't necessary, despite
No.
whatever people were like, oh, that was great. Like, you're a fucking doofus. But Rex was cool because I liked the whole male stripper bit. That was funny as shit to me.
That wasn't bad,
That
yeah.
was entertaining.
That was the greatest funny bit to me. I actually got a giggle, and I was like, man, he's gonna win some standout awards. And then he lost all his awards for kissing this woman, and then her just fucking him right away.
None of that made any sense.
Well, again, that's the romance novel parody, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. That's where that comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, that's not much I have to say about this. If I'm
You
being
guys
honest.
like the ventriloquist bit?
No, I don't at all. Actually,
They threw that in.
actually forgot that existed until you said something.
Yeah, he's like, it's not a body. Look, I do this as therapy.
What? Like, I was just kind of sitting there, like, I don't know, man. I don't
Huh.
know. It's
So
something, dude.
thinking about it, I guess there was one hit. It was the daughter. It said wherever the father and daughter were, people were dropping dead. So there
That's
you go.
fair, but I mean, that
but-
again, that points to the dad
It does.
being the murderer every time.
Exactly.
But once they disproved him, you should have went to the little girl.
They disproved him by fucking him being dead, and then they flashed to the girl. Like it was a split instance kind of thing. Like,
How mad would you have been if this was just all in her head? Would that have made it better or worse?
Worse.
no, way
Would've been
worse.
Really?
Because yeah, I
100%.
mean, honestly, that thought went through my mind because obviously she had some mental issues, some PTSD from her daughter, all that. So I don't know. That thought did go through my head, like, oh, this is all gonna be a dream, and I'm gonna be pissed. Still pissed, not a dream. But yeah,
Because I honestly, I was like halfway through, like episode 6. I was like, this could just be all her in a mental hospital having
Right.
hallucinations. off
Exactly.
Bro, I didn't need.
And
I
I
didn't
was
need
like-
a Shutter Island though.
But that would have been good though, because that actually had proof and shit. Like I had a couple things written down that were proof towards that are just wasted now. But
Oh no.
yeah,
Not to mention that besides the fighting a child scene, the last episode was just silly.
why you got to go to my bit right away already? Yeah, you got to cook me on that,
already, bro, we're finishing up.
bro. Hold on, man. I gotta lead into that, dude. Come
Let's
on,
watch you
man.
lead.
Do it.
So they had a cool bit in episode 7 where she was on the phone with her husband, who's her therapist, and he was like, "Yo, Buell is a serial killer."
Dude.
And she's like, "Why would you say that?" And he goes, "Well, I was just trying to get him a job. It's hard out here for ex-cons." And she was like, "He a serial killer, though. What the fuck?"
Why did you let him in our house?
And then he goes, "So who killed him?" And they're having this conversation on the phone in front of this murderer that he's talking to, interrogator or whatever. And they're like, "So who did it then?" And then it leads into the final episode where I forgot whose throat was slit in the living room.
The
The
dad.
father's was.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the couch.
And then you come out is this little Dora the Explorer looking child
Yep.
who is like, "I'm the killer the whole time." And I said, this is the best show of all time.
Shut the fuck up.
you say that.
I do.
This is the greatest show of all time
So stupid.
because they committed to this and like they didn't half-ass it either.
That's
like-
fair.
No.
They did. They went after it full
Because
heartedly.
like I genuinely thought like we've seen people fight kids in television before.
Yes.
Usually they go for a comedy bit. This was straight up if a woman had to defend herself against a child with a knife.
Yeah, that is true.
And it's the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen.
And then the gun too. She got the revolver, bro.
Tell me why She fucking Batista bombed this little girl down, threw her ass into a wall, was stomping her out and doing everything to kill her. Like, genuinely, I was talking to Tristan about this off pod. I was like, dude, I thought there's TV regulations that you're not allowed to show, like,
that's what I thought.
Death of a child or, like, someone, like, actually killing them on screen. And I was just like, they fucking went for it. Because at the end of the fight, the girl's about to stab her in the chest, which I don't know how you get pinned down by a fucking 60-pound child.
Fairly
I mean, at
good
the same
question.
time, when you've already been stabbed and shot.
Tristan, I'm fucking throwing that girl like a fucking bag of flour.
This is
She's going to hit the wall and all her ribs are going to explode.
This is an alcoholic woman with hardly any wherewithal, dude.
Kristen Bell can fight.
Yeah.
You don't have bangs like that and then not be able to fight because someone's going to rip them
They were
off.
getting in her way, bro. That's why.
All right, bro. She's got to be able to fight.
Oh.
And she fucking stabs the little girl with a fucking porcelain shard. Like, at this point, I was like, this is the greatest show ever. Like, they just went and did some shit they had no business doing.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
At least then they kind of made it realistic there because she looked down at it and just started wailing in pain.
Well, probably because she's like, oh my god, I just fucking killed a child.
No. The
Yeah.
kid got stabbed, looked at it, and then starts just wailing, dude.
Yeah, because
She wants attention, bro. She just wants attention.
Bro, if you don't start crying, they won't cry.
Exactly, bro. If you're not worried, they don't even realize. She'll be fine.
So then the show decided that shouldn't just end it. Because I look at the timer, and there's 20
that was
minutes left of the
halfway through
episode.
the episode, dude.
Not even. There was like 20 minutes left, and I go, damn, they're really going to fuck this up, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
I was like, you just have this, you end it here. You end on a funny note at least. Right? No. Because then she gets back with the husband. She's in the hospital. Everyone comes up to her and says the same shit in the hospital, which is sussy. Then a year goes by. They have another kid together who's probably going to get murdered by a different serial killer.
Right, dude? Like,
She's going on the aeroplane to go hang out with the one girl, Sloane or whatever. And then there's a woman who's rich next to her. And then she disappears. And then they think she's dead in the bathroom. But then she's not in the bathroom. And she did it after drinking the hallucination pills again. And they're like, she finds an earring. She's like, I got him again. And I just go, no, what you got is you got to go fuck yourself.
Not
What
to
you
mention,
got is a mental illness.
not to mention, they just decided that Buell survived after having his throat slashed and bleeding out.
He's a beast like that.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. Is it just because he couldn't feel pain or something? Like, I don't...
No, dude, he just covered that shit. He sewed it up right away.
Pressure.
He got slashes.
He put pressure on it. Don't worry. He put the pressure on it.
He was actually Inosuke the whole time.
Yeah, this is a no, don't watch.
He cauterized it on his own.
So yeah, not good.
No.
If this was a real mystery show, they have the groundwork for something good here. Like, I'll give them that, right?
Uh-huh.
But it feels like every direction, when you get too past, they chose the worst option, right?
Pretty much.
It's like, oh, we could do this or we could do this, and they went with the shitty one. And then at the end, they were like, we could end the episode here with the fight, or we could make this weirder. And then they made it weirder.
And they set up another season that I hope they don't make.
They will.
I don't think they're gonna make the second season just because it's a meme. Like, I think the meme was, haha, she's gonna do it again, and this time you don't know if it's real or not. Again.
Okay,
Oh my god.
buddy, you know plenty well that Netflix will do whatever they can to get a check.
Tristan, who the fuck would watch this other than our dumbasses?
Not even me, man.
Like, we were forced to watch this or else we wouldn't have, because the only reason you did this because you're looking for something, you clicked it, you're like, oh, this preview looks okay. You put it on here, now look at us.
Yeah, well,
Egg on our face.
Yep.
exactly.
That's facts.
I
Defend yourself.
defend myself. I made a mistake. There's no defending that. I messed up.
I can't let you get close to the list again.
I can't let you get close.
These things happen.
All right, so 3.
2.
3.
I will also say this: these are 20 5-minute, sometimes 20-minute episodes. I've never felt 20-minute episodes be this long in my life.
That is facts.
That's impressive. Like, this show felt long. I think it took me like 8 hours to watch this just because I was taking breaks because I needed breaks.
Yeah, I can't blame you for that one.
So, if you like this, keep liking not good shit. If you don't like this, keep liking good shit.
Spoken like a true gentleman.